Hey guys, what's up? So you want to make smooth R&B chords, but don't know where to start? Well, I'm here to show you how I lay down R&B chords. This course is for beginners that don't know how to lay down R&B chords, so I'm just going to show you how I start and a simple method how to get these down. Let's get into it. R&B is all about vibes. Make sure you start with minor sevenths or major ninth chords that have a soulful sound. So I'm going to show you guys how you can create something like that. We're going to make a progression. We'll start off with an A minor. Let's put an A minor together. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay down an A note. So, what you're going to do to create a minor chord is you're going to want to count up from the root note, which is A. You're going to want to count up 3 semitones. So from the root, 1, 2, 3. So your next note will be a C. Then you're going to count up 4 semitones from the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to get an E. So it's going to sound like this. That's an A minor chord. Once you go up another 3 notes, you're going to get the 7th notes of the chord. So we're going to count up from the E. 1, 2, 3. And this will give you an A minor 7th. And this is how an A minor 7 sounds. Okay, that's A minor 7. So we're going to go from an A minor 7 to a D minor 9. So we're going to find D. D is right here, the root note. So we're going to follow the same formula. For minor chords, you want to start from the root note, count up 3 semitones, which will be F in this case. Then you're going to want to count up 4 semitones, which will give you an A. So this is what a D minor sounds like. I'll play the chord progression all together so far. But then you're going to add, that's a D minor. You're going to add another note to make it the 7th. So you're going to count up from the A, another 3. 1, 2, 3. So we should be over here. The formula for minor chords is root note, count up 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, then count up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you want to get the 7th, you're going to count up another 3. And then if you want to make it 9th, you're going to count up another 4. So it'll be something like that, which would sound like this. We're just going to go with, you know what, we'll do a D minor 9. So we have a A minor 7, D minor 9, and then we're going to lay down a G. So let's head down to G over here, and we're going to lay down a G major 7. So with major, it's the opposite of minor with this formula of laying down chords. So what you're going to do is you're going to count up 4 from the G, the root note G, and then you're going to count up 3. So it should sound like this as a triad. Okay, but then we're going to turn it into a 7th. So we're going to add another note. We're going to count up 4 because the formula is 4, 3, 4, 3 when it's major. When it's minor, you're going from root note 3, 4, 3, 4, etc. Just a simple R&B progression. It's better when you invert the chords. You'll get a smoother sound. It's better when the notes are sort of closer to each other, so it's more realistic. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to move around some of the notes. So for example, what I can do is take the C, bring the C up here. And on the D minor 9, I could take the E and maybe drop this E down. Or you know what, let's leave the E and maybe drop down the A. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay, with the G, my major 7, what I'm going to do here is invert a note here as well too. And I'm going to take the B and bring the B up, and let's hear how that sounds. The notes are all closer together now, so let's hear how it sounds. So that's just a simple R&B chord progression: A minor 7, D minor 9, and G major 7. Okay, the key we are in is G major. So what you want to do is also change the velocity. FL Studio, you just hit Alt and R, and then you can change the velocity. For some new users, whenever you do Alt and R for the first time, this might be on first pattern. Just take that off, and then you have the option to change the velocity of the notes in the progression, which will give it more of a realistic vibe. Okay, to give it more of an R&B sound, what I'm going to do is change to a Rhodes. So usually what I do is start off with a piano and then I'll change to a Rhodes to give it that vibe. So I'm going to load up one of my favorite VST for Rhodes. It's the JV 1080 by Roland, Super JV, the VST. So I have a preset already for the Rhodes, call it R&B EP. And I'm just going to copy over the chord progression from the piano and then mute the piano channel. And this is how it sounds like with the Rhodes. And also I'm going to drop it down 1 octave to give it a warmer vibe. Okay, let's hear this. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, after adding velocity, another cool thing I like to do is add strums to my progression so it sounds more realistic as well. A cool shortcut you can use to do that is Alt-S in FL Studio, and it'll automatically strum them. You can do it manually as well, but this is a cool way. You can control the strength of the strum. So let's hear how it'll sound. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Usually whenever you strum the chords, at the end of the loop, you'll see that the notes extend here. So in order for the loop again, you're going to have to cut off the extra length on the notes. Okay, let's play this back and loop it. Okay, so if you want, you can add some smooth pads to go with that. So let's open up another insert of the JV synthesizer, and we're going to load up a warm pad, one of my favorite warm pads. And I'm going to copy the progression again over, same progression over to the warm pads. Here it gets a nice warm vibe. Even probably bring it up an octave. There you go. You got a simple R&B chord progression with just using 3 chords: A minor 7, D minor 9, and G major 7. We also inverted the chords, added some strumming to it, and tweaked the velocity to give it more of a natural feel. Another thing you can do is using the cut tool, you can create a melody. So this is an easy way I create a melody. Usually the notes within the chord in that progression are good to use for the melody for beginners. So any beginners out there that are having a hard time creating melodies, once you create your chord progression, cool way to lay down a melody is like this. You can just take the cut tool and you can just cut parts of the chord progression to create your melody. But I'm going to do this under the EP. So you can just be like, okay, let's cut over here too. Let's see, let's hear how that sounds. Simple melody, that easy. You don't have to worry when you're trying to figure out how to make a melody. Then you can even add more notes if you want, or do a counter melody. But here's a simple way to lay down chord progression, and then add a melody to go with it as well. So we got pads in the background, we got our Rhodes with the melody. It sounds like somebody playing it live. It sounds pretty cool. And if you wanted to, you can keep extending the chords by adding more notes to it, following the same formula like we were doing before. Okay, guys, thanks for listening. And that's how you make smooth R&B chords. So if you can, please save this, try it out, tag me in your beats, hit me up if this helped. And, if you can, please subscribe to my channel. Like this, share it with a friend, let people know so that way my channel can grow. Whatever else you need to know and want to learn, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. I can show you guys whatever you need to know about basic music theory for beginners that need to understand how to lay down R&B chords. There'll be more videos like this, so stay tuned. And thanks for watching.